Okay, I'm going to try this again. I recorded and the sound was off. I think my sound is good now. The problem is it keeps connecting to my iPhone. And let me see if I can get better. Does that look better? I'm trying to make myself look nice here. All right, now let me check my audio. Oh, the audio is beautiful. I apologize. I don't have a microphone with me. My iPhone earpiece does not work with my iMac because, well, I guess they just didn't think about it. It would be great if they could have this go into the MacBook. That would make my life a lot easier. Thank you, Apple. All right, so I've already done the MPAS prayer, and I'm curious about what I'm going to see here. The first thing that I'm looking at had to do, I was trying to get into what Congress looks like right now, and I was focusing on Mike Johnson. I think the GOP is collapsing. I think that the machine of the GOP, it's going to be real hard as more and more comes out about Epstein. I mean, all we have to do as Democrats is we need to flood the media with the facts. We don't have to lie. We don't have to engage in propaganda. All we have to do is stick to the facts. The facts are much more powerful than propaganda because the facts are so horrible that propaganda isn't needed. And the facts are that Donald Trump attended orgies with Epstein and raped children. Those are the facts. They can be proven. And it's also proven that the FBI covered the whole thing up in order to protect powerful people, because the FBI doesn't care about average American citizens. If it did, it would take control of the catfish problems and all the other problems that regular Americans are being subjected to, particularly vulnerable adults and seniors. All the corruption, all the theft, it's all over Facebook. It's all over X. Catfishing criminals, openly operating, defrauding millions of people. And the FBI has done absolutely nothing, but they'll go out of their way to protect powerful men who like to rape children. So that's where we're at. We've got at least 2 sex offenders in the Supreme Court, Kavanaugh and Thomas. And that's just what we know about. Bought and sold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Facts, facts, facts. That's how we get ourselves out of this. Yes, Donald Trump raped children. Yes, he went to Epstein orgies. Yes, Trump Modeling Agency was a front for prostitution and human trafficking. Yes, he defrauded people through his multiple charities. Yes, he stole classified documents from the US government. Yes, he engaged in racketeering and a host of other crimes. The facts are going to get us out of this, but we need more than facts. We need to give people hope, and we need to give them a direction. The cards are shuffled. I don't know what's coming. Let's take a look at life for the GOP and Mike Johnson. And the base card is the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is associated with stress and anxiety and worry, the kind of worry that keeps you up at night. In terms of physical illnesses, we can see the swords going through the head and the upper shoulders. So tension, headaches, and migraines are also associated with the 9 of Swords, as is sexual frustration. Oh, Mike Johnson. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, that's what that card means. Okay, so what's your karma card? Your karma card is Sobriety. Oh, I'm having a really good time, and I haven't even seen the rest of the cards yet. Oh my God. If you could like, share, and subscribe, I would adore you for it. Let's take a look at what we got here. I'm laying it out for you in this beautiful Marriott hotel. I wish you could be here. Honey, do I feel lucky. Lucky to be in such a great hotel. And I got the first night for free because I have the one card through Expedia, and I had 350 free bucks on it. Hello. So I'm staying at a 4-star hotel. Anyway, having a great time. Now that I'm not sick, looky, what do we got here? First card is, oh my goodness, poor Mike Johnson. 5 of Cups. Let's analyze this card, shall we? The person who sees that which they grieve and that which they have lost. So this is a guy that knows very well that he has lost his party. 2 cups remain behind him, but he's too busy looking at poor Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the other MAGA people that are jumping ship because they got what they needed. Of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene waited until she could get her pension. Most people retire after they get their pension. I don't know, I would have stuck around. Even if I didn't like the guy, damn straight, I'm going to stick around till I get my pension. And you would have too. Not saying I'm a fan of her and her crazy space laser stuff, but yeah, she going bye-bye. So 5 of Cups is here. We grieve that which we have lost, but there's still a little something there left over. Running for the hills because they all know what's coming. And the crossing card is the world. Oh my goodness, am I having fun? You know what? If I was sick before, I've been cured. What is Mike Johnson up against? He's up against the world. Poor Donald Trump has a popularity rating of about 36, which is the lowest rating for popularity of a U.S. president in U.S. history. That's got to hurt, particularly if you're thinking of the 2026 elections. Sorry, they're vacuum cleaning. It is that time of day. What is above? Confidence and economic support. So the issue here is, where's the money coming from? Well, if you're looking at Project 2025, you're looking at people like Peter Thiel, who believes that most people should be controlled like animals in cages. Oh, yes, he does, honey. What's scary is that he's openly talking about the fact that people should be controlled like like animals in zoos. The money, where is the money coming from? Super PACs, and the super PACs are also being associated with foreign governments like Qatar. Everybody's all worried about this country, that country. Every country wants to have lobbying and wants to be seen and given attention in DC. And you can be sure that the countries with the most money are going to get the most attention. And it's not who you think it is. The number one countries bribing U.S. Congress right now is Qatar. Nobody can outspend Qatar. Damn, do they have a lot of money. As a nice Jewish girl, as an Israeli American, I can only tell you that Qatar has the kind of money that anti-Semites think Jewish people have. We don't have that kind of money. Have you ever been to Jerusalem? Have you ever been to Israel? We don't got no Qatari money. But I'm a little worried here. I got to tell you, I'm a little verklempt because that's money and financial security. What's also interesting is that I went into this Akashic field from the perspective of Mike Johnson, and that tells me he's thinking about his financial livelihood and whether or not he has an economic future with this political party. I'm getting happy. I'm getting happy. And if Dr. Whimsy is happy, you should be happy too. Oh, you're going to love it even. You're going to love me. You're going to love me. Ooh. What's he sitting in? A desire to flee like a thief. Yes, indeed. The 7 of Swords is the card of theft. It's the person that take the money and run. I am out of here. I'm telling you, Mike Johnson wants to hit the road, Jack. He wants to get the hell out of there, and he wants to save his economic future. Oh, yes, he does. That is a thief card. That is helter skelter. This card has been referred to as run like helter skelter. Can you imagine being in a situation where you're thinking about your finances, you're thinking about your retirement, and you're thinking of running? You're stressed out, you got migraines, and you're coming to some kind of what? Sober come to Jesus moment? He's coming out of growth and rapid changes. There are things that are hitting the GOP right now from 100 different directions, and they don't even know where the next rock is coming from. Think about that. You know, 8 of Wands is rapid change. Chuck, 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 chuck. It's rapid change. It's when things are happening. It's strife. It can be a strife card, but it's also things are happening very. Where the hell is this coming from? They are being bombed. They don't even know where the source is coming from. Who's coming up against us? We can't plug the holes because we don't even know where these holes are coming from. The future in the grave, deep meditation. I love the 4 of Swords. I call it my samadhi card. It's when a person stops everything and then they go into a deep state of meditation and they stop everything. No wonder he sent people home and shut down Congress, because when you got to deal with this, it's time to shut this puppy down. His first house, oh my Lord, it's only getting worse for the Republican Congress. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. You have a 7 of Wands in his 7th house. Let's go ahead and talk about that. 7 of Wands is when you are being attacked. Look at this. That's what I said when I saw the 5th house, which was the past placement. Where the hell is this coming from? Exposés from it. Who planned this? Who orchestrated this? It's like when you get ambushed and they've been ambushed. Yeah, this was an organized ambush. I'm so happy. This is the perfect reading for a woman that's just come out of a 10-day bug. But yeah, 7 of Wands is the ability to fight back and defend yourself against multiple assaults, which is what I saw with the 8 of Wands. This is a guy that cannot plug the holes. He cannot stop this. He cannot stop the attacks. His opposition. Look, you know why this is happening? Because there are a lot of good people in Washington, D.C. who went to Washington, D.C. for the right reasons. Believe it or not, there are angels in Washington, D.C., and they serve in our military, and they risk their lives every day to keep Americans safe. They're part of this. There are members of the Democratic Party who are good people, and Republican Party that really wanted to do what was best for their constituents. They're part of this. So what has happened is an organized group of people from multiple areas, our intelligence agencies, our military, across party lines, have come together to remove this administration because of what they've seen and witnessed. That's what's happening. And there is nothing that poor little Mikey can do to put a stop. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. When you are in trauma, you've got 3 choices. You can either fight, flee, or fawn. And Mr. Johnson fawned, but now he's freezing. And well on his way to fleeing. What's his opposition doing? There are hidden forces, possibly within the intelligence agencies, that are coming to take out and remove people in this administration, including the President of the United States, by exposing it. You know, I've always thought of the King of Pentacles as our intelligence agencies, our FBI, etc. And the reason why is because the King of Pentacles is mysterious. The King of Pentacles hides his stuff. He hides the coin. He's your G-man. He's your hidden man. He's got all the documents. He's got everything hidden. If you want mystery, if you want a man who doesn't let you know what's going on, a man of mystery, you're looking at the King of Wands. So it isn't just the money that's coming after the GOP. It's our intelligence agencies, and it's a glorious, glorious thing. The hope and fear at this time, oh, it's only going to get better, sweetheart, because the hope and fear is the Nine of Cups. Oh, yes, he is thinking of leaving it all. I swear to God, I did not, as God is my witness, I did not manipulate these cards. And the final outcome for Mike Johnson, Star of Truth, the anointing. He will receive an anointing or a blessing. I got to find out what that's about, because that is, in fact, what the star means. He's the star of the show. Of course, if the show is about serial killers, do you really want to be the star of the show? I don't know. Clarification over him defending himself. There will be victory in the next 6 months. The opposition, the King of Swords, the hope and fear, corruption, possibly economic corruption in DC, and the final outcome, the weapons of war will be taken away. The weapons of war will be taken away. And furthermore, the King of Swords is Donald Trump's card, which means that I am going to predict that there will be a falling out between Mike Johnson and Donald Trump, and it will happen very soon, probably within the next, 6 months. And by doing that, Johnson's going to save his own career, because he's in a better place 6 months from now. That's what the cards say, and I got to read the cards the way the cards are. But look who becomes his enemy. Trump is standing in his house of opposition. For those people who like Celtic Cross, I always do 12 instead of 10 cards, because I always take 2 bases. But the 8th house is the house of the other. And traditionally, the other is the person that you have conflict with or your opposition. So I always read the 8th house as the house of opposition. And this guy's opposition in the next couple months is going to be Donald Trump. I'm telling you, he's flipping along with everybody else. And he's going to push to have him removed. That's the only explanation, because he gets power. He's the star. Then Trump becomes his enemy. And then he's got this corruption investigation happening with the 2 of Pentacles that cause, and the leaving, I think he's leaving Trump. And then the weapons of war are taken away. Star, here's my prediction. My prediction is that Trump is on his way out. That I told you MAGA was going to eat itself, and now MAGA's collapsing. And you predict stuff and it never happens. Be patient. Everybody knew MAGA was going to collapse because everybody knew that it wasn't sustainable, and it's not sustainable. When you lose Marjorie Taylor Greene, when you've got to take Boebert into the skiff and threaten her to cover up a pedophile accusation, that's the end. As for Mike Johnson, I'm going to go ahead and predict based on these cards that he will turn on Trump, and that he will be one of the people working to have him removed. And if he does that, and I believe he will, because the 8th house is Trump, it's not the liberals. In the end, Mike Johnson will join the opposition and work to remove Donald Trump. That is my prediction. Wow, wow, wow. What a hell of a reading. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. If you'd like to see more readings like this, be sure and share, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. God bless.